I decided that I needed to, restart my malware lab, and well, God catch me. Till now, it is still running. So we will not be able to make use of the environment tonight, but we will be able to do that tomorrow unfailingly. By the grace of God, we'll be able to do that. And also tonight, I do not have what's it called? I've not gotten the notes that we're supposed to use for today. I've not gotten it because I had promised that it was just going to be more way analysis, so no notes was prepared. But I know we're supposed to have, we're supposed to talk about incident response and case management today. That's what we're supposed to talk about. So what we're just going to do is I'm going to explain the entire process as much as I can without the notes. And then when the note is ready, just like we used to do, I'll just upload the slides so that you can have the slide. I hope that's okay with us.
Please, sir, can I quickly ask a question, if you don't mind?
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Okay, so when you reviewed our assignments, the last one, part of it was when I saw the review, I saw a Google form for filling of certificate. So it just means that the class is ending soon. So I want to know, when is it likely to end, and what are the topics we are supposed to do before then?
Okay, so you guys should remember that this is an internship, not a class, right? The program is an internship, not a subclass. But then we just try to go the extra mile that instead of the way some other internship used to do, because I'm pretty sure if you have anyone here that has done internship with most of all these Indian organizations, what they do is they just give their interns task to do and submit. So we decide not to be like that, that let's just do it task and classes. So it's not as if we have some particular topics that we need to cover before the end of the program. And also the program is supposed to be for 2 months, right? If I'm not mistaken. I think it's 8 weeks, so that's 2 months. We're supposed to have ended it, but due to the week we missed because I was not available, and then this week of holidays and all. So we're supposed to have ended it. So if we do not end it this week, then next week we'll have to end it. And what we have left, I think, is this malware analysis I promised, then this incident response and case management. And I don't know what the last topic is supposed to be. Maybe it's just going to be a combination of everything that we've talked about, or maybe it's going to be something else different. I do not really know for now. Yes, Gordon.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Please, I want to ask, when are we going to learn how to use the same tool? Because I think we're not done that yet. Or we're not going to do it again.
I said you people should please remind me. Sometimes I tend to easily forget all these things, please. I know I promised like twice now that I was supposed to come up with a log file for us to use with Splunk. So do we have anyone that has any log file that they can borrow us? Because we're supposed to have worked with Splunk by now. Yes. Joseph.
Okay, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, so my question is, there was a time, I think sometime last month, when I saw that was just before, just after the Wireshark class, Whereas I saw some grouping on the group, I think group of six, group of six people. And the grouping was done for like 3 days or so. But some of us were not grouped and it was intended for a project. I don't know, are we still doing that project or is the grouping still continuing?
Well, I'm actually surprised that we still have people that are not yet grouped, because I believe Aruki are taking care of everybody, and he asked in the group if there were people that have not yet been grouped. So I'm surprised that we still have. But then you can just, make it known, the group that you do not have any group yet. So maybe either Aruki or John can attend to that for you. Then regarding the project, that's what we're supposed to work on with this blog, which we have not. So maybe that's going to eventually be our capstone projects. Yeah, maybe that's going to be our capstone project. So you guys don't worry. I'm going to work with someone here tomorrow that I know can actually help me with securing a log file. So by tomorrow, we should have a log file with using this Splunk. And like I said, that's likely going to be our capstone projects. So I guess that would be that. Is that okay by us?
Okay, so sir, technically you are saying we are ending next week.
Yes.
Okay.
So may I have a question?
Okay.
Okay, to start with, that particular person, I think we made mention, I think in one of our last classes, I made mention that anybody that has not been grouped, they should like drop a message in the group or they should hit me up in the group. And I think some other guys messaged and then I grouped them. But I think maybe he wasn't in that particular class. That's why, God of God. That's why he was not grouped. So maybe he can message me later or he can drop a message in the group so I can know this is the one. And for what did they call it? For the question that I have, like you made mention of this SOC the basic that basically if you are to get any entry level, all right, I will check the message. You made mention that if you are to if you are to get any role in any organization, you are going to get an entry level that is tier one analyst. And when I did some research and some questionings, I was told that mainly in the tier one we do only mainly we are into log monitoring and firewall rules. So I don't know if you can cover that aspect for us.
Okay. You want to know whether that is true or what?
Like if you can cover that log monitoring and that firewall rule for us.
Okay.
If it's possible that you can
Maybe for log monitoring, it has to be like this capstone project, because it's all about analyzing the logs, right? So it's going to be the capstone project. Then for the firewall rules, well, let's see what we can do. But I know we've spoken about firewall in one of our classes, right? If I'm not mistaken. We've talked about firewall.
you just gave us the logs to analyze them.
Yeah, I gave a lot to analyze on firewall, but then we still talked about what firewall is all about and how it works. So maybe the only part we didn't cover was the rule part of it, maybe how to formulate a rule. Well, let's see how it goes, but I cannot make any promises on that. But again, let's just see how it goes. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Whichever one we're going to be able to do. But then, mind you, again, remember that it depends on organization again. Like, though tier one, like you said, mostly it has to be log monitoring. No one is going to ask you to be doing, to expect you to be doing like deep analysis, deep threat hunting and the likes. They will not expect you to. But if you happen to get a role with, let's say, what is it called? An organization that is just coming up, you are likely going to be doing much more than that, right? You're likely going to be doing much more than that. So just do not, I guess what I'm trying to say, just do not, what is it called, limit yourself to just the log monitoring and firewall analysis of SOC. Try to gather as much as you can so that if it comes that you get employed in a situation where you have to do a lot more than that, then you will know you are well equipped for that kind of setting as well. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you.
All right. So let's go back to what I said we're supposed to talk about today. So we're supposed to talk about.
Sir.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't in the last class that you guys wanted to hold, so I don't know if you guys had done the review for the last project you gave us.
The reason I'm not talking about this last task is because from what I marked, I don't know, I could only see about like 5 people who needed some pointers, right? Like 95% of people that submitted the task got it, right? And again, kudos, because I was not expecting it. I did some tracking, so I was expecting that most people will fall into that trap. But then it seems you guys are getting better in recognizing those traps that I do set. Not to worry, we'll go harder. We'll go harder next time. So that's the reason I'm actually not talking about the task, because you guys did wonderful job with it, and those that made some errors, I already dropped comments for them, so I'm sure they already found out what their mistake were. Yeah, Ebuka, your hand is up.
Sir, good evening. Please, I submitted very late. I didn't travel my PC. I would appreciate if you help me mark my tax, please. Sorry for the stress.
Okay, yeah, I think I extended the deadline time to today, right? If I'm not mistaken, or was it yesterday? So I've not gone back to check those people who have submitted. I will try and do that tomorrow, don't worry.
Okay, thanks.
The classroom, I will check it.
Okay, thank you.
My own too.
Yeah, I will check. I know there were some people I actually even told in the classroom that I'm still waiting to see their what's it called, their task. I'm sure they will have submitted by now. I will check everything tomorrow.
I want to.
Who is that? Who just said I want to? Is that Aisha? Even if you had not submitted before and you just submitted, I will not check your one. But I know you submitted. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you submitted. I think I saw it. Okay, incident response. We don't need to actually, go so much into it, because mainly we've been doing a lot of incident response. All our tasks, we've been assuming that an incident occur, and what we try to manage, we try to mitigate those threats. So mainly, majority of what we've been doing are about incident response. And I believe by now, we all already understand the processes that goes into incident response. The incident response life cycle itself, the 6 stages. I think I've mentioned it before. If I haven't, we have the first stage is the preparation. And the preparation stage actually like the main of everything you're going to do. Like about 90%, 95% of your job are going to be done in the preparation stage, because this is the stage where you try to work. You not only prepare your security system, but you also prepare your team for the possibility of an incident. This is where you walk them through and you train them on how to respond to any incident. This is where you create playbooks that your team will follow when an incident occurs. So in the preparation stage, what you are trying to do is you are actually trying to, think about every possible scenario. Malware attack, phishing attack, whatever attack that you can come up with, you actually want to think of them and come up with a way that you can better undo them when this incident actually occurs. So that is why we say most of the jobs are done in the preparation stage. And it is also in that stage that you are going to set up all your security system. You are going to admin your system, whether you're going to create firewall rules, detection rules, whatever rules you want to create. You want to set up a SIM, you want to set up an ADR. It is in the preparation stage that you want to that you're going to do all these things. That is medicine for death, not medicine after death. So we try to we do not wait for malaria to hook us before we start using the malaria anti-malaria drug. We start using the anti-malaria drug in the hope that when malaria comes, that anti-malaria drug that we've taken will be able to combat it. That is what we want. That is what we do in the preparation stage. From the preparation stage, the next stage is going to be the identification stage, right? What we have been doing so far is we've been identifying, because when we give you tasks, we've been hearing so happen, somebody sent this to you, somebody sent that to you. So what you've been doing is identifying, you've been detecting, you've been identifying and you've been detecting threats to the environment, right? So in this stage, what you do, you identify or you detect the ongoing threats. The next stage is the containment. So you've identified and you detect a threat. We have to contain it. Remember that our goal is to ensure that whatever threats we are facing does not go beyond the current victim. If our victim is just one system, we want to ensure that it is contained to that one system. There is no lateral movement. There is no means for the attacker to jump from that system to affect every other system. This is the stage where we talk about isolation. This is the stage where we talk about blocking IP addresses, blocking files by hash file or whatever. This is where we do all that. After we've contained, the next stage is for us to we now eradicate. We eradicate the threat. Because we've contained the threat does not mean we let it live in our environment or we let it be on that victim's system. No. As soon as we contain it, the next thing we want to do, we want to get rid of it completely. We want to know how did this thing come in? What are the attack vectors that was used to compromise this system? Is there any residual files? Is there any backdoor created? We want to ensure we get rid of any signature, any behavior, any fingerprint that attack was ever on that system. We want to ensure we get rid of them in the eradication, eradication step. From there, we move to recovery. The next for us is the recovery. So you've contained, you eradicate, you are sure now that there is nothing left on your system. Every single file, any fingerprint that was left by that attack, you've gotten rid of them. The next thing is to recover every part that you've lost. And it is also in this step that you are now going to bring back that affected system into the network, right? But again, it is critical to know that before you do the recovery stage, you need to be 100% sure, not 99.9, not 99.999. You have to be what? 100% certain that you've gotten rid of everything about that attack before you what? Before you start recovery. So you can start scanning again. Use antivirus, anti-malware, anything that you can use to scan the entire system to be sure that you are not missing anything. You do it. If there are files that you need to recover from backups, you ensure you do that. Then you bring back the system into the environment. Then the final step is going to be the lesson learned. This is the stage where you need to know that everything you've done, documentation is important. Every stage, the moment you detect, the moment you contain, you recover, you must ensure all those things have been documented. Because in the lesson learned, what you want to do is what? What you want to do is you want to table everything that has happened from the detection to the eradication to the recovery, the containment, everything you will discuss it, you will table it for the entire team. The goal is to understand what went well and what went wrong. What were the systems, the security measures that acted the way you expected them to act, and what were the ones that did not? Was any user, was any user the means of this attack? Maybe they were tricked as a result of a phishing email. So you will know that maybe the training you've done so far, there's still some loopholes that you still need to work on. So you might need to train your team, your employees, members of your organization. You might need to train them harder to recognize phishing, phishing email or any other method that the attacker might have used. And then you now need to watch, you need to also understand how well can you prepare yourself for future attack. From everything that you've gathered so far, how can you better prepare yourself for future attack to ensure that you do not fall victim for this kind of attack again? So sometimes they normally say that lesson learned is like the most important step in these steps of in the incident response life cycle. Lesson learned is very important because the goal is not just to stop this attack now. You want to ensure that every future attack you are able to stop them. That is the goal of everything, right? Is everything making sense so far? I know there's no distance to follow, so I'm just just trying to bring up some things. Now, I think I said the next is supposed to be, what was it? The evidence tracking, okay, case management. I think, yeah, it's supposed to be case incident response and case management. So what case management is all about is just how well you undo a particular case. So it's just like how you undo evidence This is more in the form of what you call forensics. How do you undo your evidence? Now, you've been caught to a point of a crime. You've been caught to a scene of crime. They said they've caught an hacker. He was, like they used to say in most of all this movie, the hackers used to live, what they call, in the basement of their parent house. They know used to go out. So you've caught an hacker sleeping, crashing in the basement of their parent house. They do not have any other life because all these hackers, they normally do not used to have life, right? So they've been caught and you've now been called in to come and what? To come and manage the scene. Just like the way all these police detectives used to go to the scene of a crime when there is murder or whatever, and then they will put all their yellow tape, do not cross. You're also going to go there and what? And do the same thing. You're going to put up all your tapes to ensure that nobody comes in to contaminate your what? Your what's it called? Your incident scene. No one is going to come into that crime scene. So you're going to be there. Now, how do you manage all those evidences? How do you manage them? You just don't carry the attacker system and start going through them. No, you don't do that because you never can tell. What if the attacker has a fail-safe in place that the moment you try to access a particular folder or a particular file, boom, everything will self-destruct. So you do not want to do that. Now, what do they do? What do forensic analysts do? They try to make a full copy. They try to make a forensic copy of everything that they have in the crime scene. The hard drive, the flash drive, whatever is necessary for them to carry out their analysis, whatever is necessary for them to be able to assist and aid the detectives or the law enforcement in their cause in the court of law. They must ensure that they make a forensic copy of everything. So when they make a forensic copy, they will keep the forensic copy and they will have to inform, if they're the detective in charge of the crime, they will inform the detective or whoever is in charge that they've made a forensic copy. They will label the forensic copy very well and it will be transferred to whoever is supposed to be in charge of it. So chain of command is essential when you are doing case management. You need to know who you are supposed to give what to. You just don't hand over your evidences to just anybody. You have to chain of command has to be followed. Then you can now begin working on the evidences. If you need to access the system, if you need to access the hard drive, you can continue accessing it since you already have a copy in place. So if anything should happen, you have something to revert to and then start over. And everything you're doing has to also be documented so that if you hit any step where a fail-safe is triggered, because you documented it, when you want to work on the copy you have already, you will know a step not to follow or what you are supposed to do to ensure that when you carry out that step, the same thing does not happen. So you have to ensure everything is documented because they will all be presented as legal evidence when you go to court. That is depending on whatever the case is supposed to be, right? If the case is one that is going to court, you have to ensure all these things is well documented. All your incident of compromise, you have to get them. So case management is more of practical than something that you can just be talking about theoretically. Like this is something that you have to work on, you have to get your hands dirty with. That's why I don't even think in Nigeria, can we even have up to 100 digital forensic analysts? I don't think so. If you have said you cannot even know them because they tend to, it's a really dirty field. It's a really dirty field that you need to protect yourself on. So most of all these people that you will see online that say they are digital forensics, they are people that are just getting into the field. The moment they get into the field, you will not hear anything from them again. Because you never can tell the kind of case they will be called to come and handle. So they will not want to be known. Imagine you are called to come and handle a case of all this cabal. If they know you are the forensic analyst in charge of it, nobody needs to tell you what can happen. This is not a matter of movie or whatever. This is real life something. We all know all these things. If you are caught that maybe someone or some organization was caught doing, what was it called? They were doing dry cleaning of the legal tender. I don't want to call it money laundering. So they are doing dry cleaning of the legal tender. If you are called to come and work on those kind of cases, we should know that people that do this kind of thing, they are people that are well rooted and they will go to any length just to what? Just to protect their dry cleaning service. Right? They will go to any length. So if you are the what is it called? The analyst in charge that you've been called upon to come and check their washing machine, and they find out that you are the one, well, we cannot say you are safe. They will be looking for either his bribe or threats by nook or crook. They will be looking for a way to compromise you. That is why when these people become actual forensics analysts, they will start living the life of what? The life that we knows about, because they need to protect themselves and their family. So again, this entire forensic analysis is not something that we can just talk about theoretically like that in class. Is one of those parts in cybersecurity that for you to do it, you have to get your hands dirty completely. So maybe I missed some things, maybe not. When you see the slides, we are going to know. If you have any extra question by then, you can let me know. So for now, if you have any question, please shoot. Okay, let it be known that I'm not a forensic analyst. So whatever question anybody wants to ask, okay, Aisha, your hand is up.
Does this mean that forensic analysts would need knowledge of offensive cybersecurity for them to be able to understand what the hacker has done when they copy the image, the system image?
Yeah, to some extent, definitely. To some extent. I don't think I've actually come across like some of the forensic analysts I know, whether the professional one or the ones that are still learning. I don't think I've come across anyone that do not have knowledge of offensive security to a certain extent. Not just the basic, not like us. Is that the part you wish to follow, Aisha?
I did not hear your question.
I said, is that the part you wish to follow?
Maybe in 15 years' time.
Aisha is everywhere.
You're the one that dropped me everywhere, but you look like firewood to you.
You see?
Any
Wow,
other
wow,
question?
wow.
Okay. You are testing.
No, I'm sorry, it's not a question. I was just amazed. I didn't know my mic was unmuted.
Okay. Any other person? Maybe because we did not use slide today. Maybe I didn't touch a lot of things. That's why you people did not have questions for this. On my email. Please, just bear with me. So, okay, for the last task, since we have just a little bit of time, do we have anyone that, again, I don't even think anyone will have any problem, but if you feel you have any problem with the last task, please just let me know.
Please, for the last class, I want you to explain that parent part.
What part?
The parent, I think you corrected me there that it was not lucid. My explanation was not lucid.
Okay, oh, yeah. Oh, you were the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've forgotten what your explanation was. But then
I just said the parent was the comb.
okay, yeah, I think that was it. So because the reason I said what I said was that when you see, okay, do you understand what they mean by parent process and child
Yes.
process? Okay, good. So now imagine we have Chrome and we have PowerShell, right? These are separate processes. You know, it is actually possible for PowerShell to open Chrome, right?
Yes.
Right. But then, like, in what sense will you see Chrome being the parent process to PowerShell? Like, it is mostly impossible. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it is mostly impossible that Chrome will be the parent process for PowerShell. It doesn't make any sense. So what I expected you to have explained is this impossible mindset that why would Chrome be the parent process of PowerShell? So that means it is possible that the victim was doing something on Chrome. Maybe they clicked on a link, or maybe they downloaded something on Chrome that now spin up their PowerShell. So when you explain it like this, you are trying to build that impossibility bridge that this thing is not supposed to be possible. But the explanation you gave was like it was not really given. It was not really given. If someone that does not actually understand all this relationship were to read it, they will not understand why it doesn't make sense for Chrome to be the parent process of PowerShell. Do you get?
Yes. I thought of it too. I thought of it that it is very rare that you can access a PowerShell through Chrome, like whereby the Chrome is now the parent. It was but I know the answer was very vague as you said, but
Yeah.
now you've explained better.
All right.
But what is the scenario that somebody will click on? Maybe he's working on Chrome or a link that now spot on PowerShell. Can you give us maybe
Okay.
it's
Yeah, you might, what's it called? One, you know, there's all these cross-site scripting, all these cross-site scripting, server request forgery and the likes. Now, imagine if maybe a particular server is compromised. When a server is compromised, or let's say a browser is compromised, that gives the attacker the ability to what? To rewrite the code in any way that they want to. Remember that all these processes that we open all this software, they are nothing but lines of code. Now imagine an attacker has written a code for a compromised website that whenever any user click on this link, go ahead and launch PowerShell. And when you launch PowerShell, go ahead to start this process in PowerShell. That is one scenario. Another scenario is it might be as a result of a file that you downloaded. Maybe the user wanted to download something, but they went and downloaded something else entirely. Now, you know there are situations whereby when you download something on Chrome, you can actually just launch it. Maybe if you want to install that too, you can just click on it once it's downloaded in Chrome. So once you click on it, that installer process that is going to launch, Chrome is going to be the parent process of that installer because you launched it through Chrome. So if the file you downloaded now is a compromised file that has the ability to launch PowerShell, the moment you click on it, that means the PowerShell is going to be opened. Do you get?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's clear now.
Okay. Chinedu. Chinedu, you're trying to say something. Okay, maybe his network is not good. Aisha, can go ahead for now.
Okay. I wanted to ask, first of all, was the analysis you gave us, what would you classify it as? A filed malware or a refileless malware? Then secondly, is it possible to now have because I've noticed that most of the tasks you give us are Windows based. Is it possible to have this kind of malware that will cut across Linux, Windows, and Macintosh?
Okay. So here is the reason why most of all these tasks or all these malware you'll be seeing are normally targeting Windows. One, I think this is no news that most of the users in the whole world make use of Windows, right? And because the majority make use of Windows, that means attacker wants to target what a lot of people use. Imagine, let's say we have 10 people. We have 10 people, 8 people, 8 prominent people are using Windows. 2 people are using Linux. Then you as an attacker that wants to gain a lot, you now want to target just those 2 people. Like, it depends on what you want to, but then it might seem as if you don't even know what you are doing. So you are leaving 8 targets to go after 2 targets, except if the net worth of what you are going to get from those 2 targets combined is far outweighs what you are going to get from those 8 targets, right? That's one thing. because Windows is what is it called? Is mostly being used by a lot of people. Then, because Windows most of the time, they do not actually put in a lot in terms of security. This one too is no news. That when it comes to security, compared to other operating systems, Windows lacks. So they do not put a lot in security compared to other people. Hence, why you see a lot of malware developer, a lot of attacker going to what is it called, trying to target Windows user. Mac, as we all know, Mac is considered to be highly secure. Not completely secure, but highly secure compared to Windows. So, and we used to say these attackers do not give up. That's not generally true. There are times that they do not have a choice, they will have to give up. Imagine you are trying to, compromise a system that is running on Mac and you've been on it for nearly 2 months or more than that, and you've made no headway. But you know that the time you spent on trying to compromise a Mac system, if you spend that same time on a Windows system, you might have compromised millions within that time. So you definitely want to watch. You definitely want to go for the easy ones. Forget all these attackers, they also love easy things. They love easy things. That's why you see, what is it called? They will always be looking for systems that are using default credentials. Everybody loves it, easy things. Nobody wants to do something the hard way. You are always looking for an easy way out. But then there are definitely malwares that target Mac and Linux, right? There are malwares that are built to target all these operating systems. We just know that they are not much. When you see 1 million of malware targeting Windows, you probably be seeing thousands targeting Linux and Mac, because this these operating systems are kind of sophisticated. They are kind of sophisticated. We all know that Linux is open source, so a lot of things goes into the security. Actually, a lot of things go into the security. People tend to always ensure that it is secure. The moment a vulnerability is discovered, before you know it, people have already come up with ways to patch it, since it's community driven. So it makes it easier and faster to always patch all these vulnerabilities and weaknesses, hence making the work for the attackers to be more difficult than they would have imagined, right? And then whether that attack would have been fileless or file, well, it could have been any of those. I don't think we were given enough information to determine whether the threat was from fileless or as a result of file, but it could have been any of them actually. It could have been any of them. Are we good?
Hello, sir.
Okay, Chinedu.
Okay.
Thanks.
Good evening. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Good evening.
Okay. Please, I was not available for that week's class. So when I came online, I didn't saw the slides. I don't know if it's available, so I can follow. And I joined late today. So I don't want to try and follow.
You are asking if you can still submit the week 6 task.
Yeah, the start and also to see the slides so we know what was taught on that day. But
Okay, I think
Yeah.
I've uploaded the slide, right?
No, it's going with 5. I saw. I've with 5 already. I took the
Okay,
slide.
yeah. I am asking people that were around for that class. Have the week 6 slide been uploaded, people?
No, sir. I didn't see it.
Okay. Is it as, do you have anyone that have seen the week 6 slide? Or I have not uploaded it? What?
You did not upload it, it's just the tax that you uploaded.
Okay. I will do that. Well, for the task, I don't know. I know what's it called? I extended the deadline, but I don't know if the new deadline was supposed to be yesterday or is going to be today by 11:59. I really don't know. So you will have to check.
It was
So
yesterday.
it was yesterday.
Mm.
That means that week 6 task is gone, Chinedu, because I cannot extend it again. We've already extended it once. It cannot be extended again. But all I can do is I will try and upload the slides, and then for yourself you can work on the week 6 what's it called, task. When you're done, you can send it to my DM. I will look through it for you. The only thing is you will not be graded. So I can just tell you, yeah, you did wrong or you did right.
Okay, sir. Problem. Thank you.
All right. Godwin.
Okay, so I wanted to ask about the Windows registry. So please can you show us how to either edit or delete a row from the Windows registry? Because I know that I was told that if someone is not very well, like he knows how to edit or delete anything from the registry very well, he or she should not try. If not, it can cause a problem. So I want to
Sorry.
know if you can show us
Yeah, so Godwin, if I can show you what I really do.
how to edit or delete a row from the Windows registry, a row that's not uh, legitimate on the Windows registry.
A road.
A row on the Windows registry, like the previous task that we had, where the
Okay,
amount
okay,
we
okay,
wrote
okay, okay. Okay, so where the malware actually went to, what is it called? All right, all right, all right. Yeah, I can definitely,
the
yeah, I can definitely show you that. We'll do that as part of the this thing tomorrow. The malware,
okay.
yes, we'll do that as part of the malware analysis. I really can't do a lot on my system tonight. It's lagging crazily. See, like this thing, kill me. Who is the, I thought someone else raised their hand. If the person drops. Any other question?
Sorry, sir, can I have another question?
Yes.
Okay, please, why is it that instruction, if you don't know what to do very well, you should not try to edit or delete a row from Windows registry? What problem could it cause if it's done by trial or error?
Hmm. You see, window registry, right? Is a very delicate place. And because it is delicate and essential, that is why you see malware, when they want to create persistence, it is always like the first place they want to attach themselves to. And why do they say whatever you want to do in the registry, you have to be extra cautious? Because what you do in the registry, most of them cannot be undone. Most of them cannot be undone. If you do not understand the, what is it called, the importance of a process or of a row that you want to delete, and you go ahead and delete it, if it is something that is necessary for your system to function, that means you've caused an issue for yourself. Do you understand? So it's a critical place. It is not a place that someone that does not know their way around registry or operating system can just go to and start making any sort of modification. This is a place where literally everything that is about your system are stored. You are logging in, you are signing out, you are opening a particular file, you are scheduling a task, you are executing a program. All these things have entries in the registry. They have places that allow them to function. They have entries that allow them to function the way they are functioning. So if you go by mistake to disable, modify, or delete any of those entries, that means what? Messed up with some of the things that your system is supposed to use to function the way they're supposed to function. Do you get? So that is why it is always advisable that if you do not know what you're doing in the registry, please and please leave it. The registry is not a place for you to go and use for practice, for trial and error. No, it is not that kind of place.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right.
So, sir, if let's say you now made an error, you just went to do something that your system doesn't start misbehaving. So it's just to format it now and to restore it.
Well, most of the time, it has to do that what you said. You have to format and restore. So sometimes, especially, you know, I know there are some people that have experience with Active Directory here. You know that when you want to make some changes to all these GPOs and the likes, you will always be advised to what? To ensure you don't backup. That you should make a copy of that GPO, or better still, just create a test OU. Create a test OU, then try out that new GPO that you want to make. So the same applies to registry. If you are able to make a backup of it, or you are able to make a copy of what you want to do, ensure you do it. So that if you eventually break something, you just what? You just bring back what you've copied initially. Do you get that, Thompson?
Yes. Yeah. And I think it has a feature too. Restore last known Z configuration or something. There is an option there too.
Yeah, it does. It actually does. So we just have to be, as much as we want to protect people, we need to be careful when we are doing all this protection. It should not be like all these Marvel's heroes, all these Marvel superheroes in the aim of, in the what you call, in the quest of protecting the earth, they will destroy like literally all the cities. They now say they protected cities. What about who is going to take care of everything they destroy? Who will take care of it? Who is going to build all those roads and all those bridges? So you need to be careful. As much as you want to protect, make sure you protect in the best way possible. All right. Can we call it a night then? So tomorrow we get up for malware analysis. By then, this, wow, this thing is still not done. Before tomorrow, it should be done. Tomorrow, we want tomorrow it will be done, definitely. Definitely to be done. If it is not done, we'll use somebody. If it is not done by then, we'll use somebody else's system. There's someone else that can take the class better than me, sef. If you like, do what you call, do thumbs down as much as you want. Just pray that before that class tomorrow, this thing will be done. If it is not done, you will be the one that will take us through the analysis tomorrow. Okay, nobody hands is up. All right then.
But hands are up.
Okay, your hand just came up.
Yes. It's my network. What are you doing, sir? Why is it taking so long? I mean, what is maybe the is it the software that you're using or something? For the analysis, asking out of curiosity.
Yeah, so it's, I don't know. You know, sometimes when they say, some of us, we think village people, it's only maybe when you are traveling that they will come and meet you, right? You don't know that in cybersecurity too, they will just come to you unannounced. I do not even know what came to me today. I just decided, you know what, this play VM, I want to remove it and start the installation from the beginning. I don't know what happened though. That was what the village people just did. Remove your Play VM and start the installation process all over again. So now I am paying for that thing that came on me. I don't know what it was, but I'm paying for it now. So it's not as if anything is wrong. You just Play VM, being Play VM. Sometimes you might be lucky that when you try to install it, maybe 5 hours, 6 hours, you are done. And if you want to be unlucky like I am, it will be taking you up to like 12 hours. Maybe it's network, I don't know, but so far my network has been good since morning. So I don't know why it has been doing what it has been doing. Maybe I need to carry sacrifice. I don't know. I'm going to need to sacrifice. So that's just it, of the office. That's it. It's village people. They want to be.
Okay, so it is well, sir.
It is well. Don't worry, when you get to install your own too, you will understand. I know everybody that has installed that Play VM here, they know what I'm talking about, and nobody is going to want to uninstall and want to install it again. That's that. Don't worry, Shah. Don't worry. Definitely, we'll be able to do something tomorrow. Definitely, we'll be able to do something tomorrow. All right, everybody. Good night.